Hey there guys, Cobie here with my review for Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I'll just get into it and say I feel this is probably the best comic book movie that Marvel's done in terms of adapting an actual comic book story. Now, okay, they didn't adapt the Winter Soldier page for page. They didn't do anything like that. They did their own weird way of doing their original 616 universe, their Ultimate Universe, anything else that's come in between, anything that sounds cool, making their own thing into the cinematic universe. They did that really well with this, where you feel like you're sitting there reading an Ed Brubaker book or just a Captain America book in general. That's a little darker, a little more spy-oriented, not, we got to punch a bunch of aliens or we got to punch a bunch of crazy dimension things. It's like, no, we're spies and we work with spies and S.H.I.E.L.D's, S.H.I.E.L.D. and they fight Hydra and that's what happens. This is what all that movie is about, which is really refreshing because you don't have to deal with thinking about all this other crap. All you're doing is building on this world that's already been built upon with other movies and other great things that are building this vast, huge thing. Like Guardians is going to throw another level on top of that, and I'm so excited for that just because this was really rich. Any person that had a really big amount of dialogue had at least one or two, I wouldn't even call them Easter eggs, because it was really just like names and people mentioned and things like that. I wouldn't say we're just there for fans to be like, oh, that's awesome. It was there to kind of get in your mind that these people exist in the world. They're doing their things. There's things that could come from them, and that it almost felt like Marvel knows, check this out. We got these guys. Don't worry. We're going to do something with them. Trust us. And like after watching the whole movie, I totally do. Captain America was great. Dealing with the Winter Soldier and who he is and going through the entire battles, and just dealing with everything that S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra eventually throw at him, really, really, really rocked. It was just really good. Nick Fury played a bigger role in this movie than I think he's played in a lot besides Avengers, and I really like that, especially the way they did things with him. He's a spy. He's the ultimate spy. There was no life model decoys, unfortunately. A little spoiler, but still, it was pretty awesome. It was cool the way they do it. The second most important character to me in this movie was the Black Widow. She had probably the second most amount of screen time compared to anyone else, which you kind of knew this already. If you watch Nerdlocker, you know that. But I knew that. I went into this knowing she was going to be a big part of this, and she was a bigger part than I thought she was going to be. And it was really cool because I feel Scarlett Johansson has a really good grasp on who she's doing and what she's doing as the Black Widow. The only thing I was really upset about was that they allude to her backstory, and we've done this before in a couple other movies already, allude to what she's been through, and you don't really see anything about her or whatever. And it's probably not the best time for it in this movie especially. There wasn't any time to kind of delve into it, but there's something that happens that kind of like, okay, well, we kind of need to know now, so tell us. And I really want that to happen. So if they do make a Scarlet Witch, or not Scarlet Witch, but a Black Widow movie, that would be the best because I want to know what this version of the Black Widow has gone through. Beyond the established characters already, into the people that kind of were introduced in this. Oh, Cobie Smulders, by the way, as Marie Hill. So good in this movie. She's in it for like 5 minutes, but still. She's like awesome and tough and sexy and like Cobie Smulders-y and stuff. It's totally cool. Totally in love with her. Even more so than I was after the first one. So anyways. New characters. Anthony Mackie as the Falcon. I did not think I was going to like whatsoever. I'm not a big fan of the Falcon to begin with. And I thought it was going to be very akin to Angel in X3, where he's going to swoop in and be like, hey, what's up? I'm saving my dad, and that's it. And I thought he was going to be like, hey, Cap, Winter Soldier sucks. I got your back, bro. But no, he actually like was an integral part of the team and totally held his weight, carried his weight, did what he needed to do, and proved himself to not only Cap, but like Nick Fury and everyone. And everyone's like, dude, you're totally awesome. And he was just cool about it the whole time. And I totally fell in love with the character in the movie form. I still don't like the comic one. But either way, very awesome. Very, very cool. Another thing that was very cool to me was the Winter Soldier in general. They just captured that mystery, giving you know who he is. You find out who he is eventually, but you still don't know what he's been through, what is going on in his mind. You understand that things are up, but you don't know what it is. So that's really cool because I'm really excited to see what happens later on with him. Other than that, just the overall action and excitement and everything about the movie was exactly what you wanted to be from a comic book movie, a blockbuster, a popcorn film. It was amazing. It was fun, and it was what I want to spend my $11 on if I go to the movies. So I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls because I love Captain America, and I think this was actually a very enjoyable movie, not just for me, but for everyone. Because you see Chris Evans with a really tight shirt on for most of it. I don't care who you are. That was really cool.